Hello, and welcome to the first episode of A Brief History. I'm your host Jerry, and today we'll be discussing the history of the six Celtic nations: Ireland, Scotland, Brittany, Wales, Cornwall, and the Isle of Man. We will be speaking on the society and warfare of the Celtic people. In the Celtic languages of these nations, their names are Eri, Alba, Riej, Simru, Cernau, and Manin Elan Vanin. The Celts were an Indo-European group of the Iron Age and the medieval period. They were culturally similar and spoke Celtic languages. However, the ethnic, linguistic, and cultural factors of these people remain controversial to historians. Historians also disagree greatly over the exact geographic spread of the Celts. It's also been disputed in which ways exactly different groups of people should be regarded as Celts, according to the few sources available. Celts had a pre-Christian Iron Age structure based on class and kingship, with varying different tribes ruled by kings, though this may have only been in the late stages of Celtic history. Records of pre-Christian times written in Celtic languages are few and far between. In some ways, ancient Celts were somewhat culturally conservative, using chariots well after they had fallen out of use by ancient Romans and Grecians. Despite being outdated, ancient Celtic chariots were used with great effect to halt the Roman invasion of Britain. When it comes to gender and sexual norms, the Celts were not what many people would think, with many of their men preferring male lovers, sourced by Politics 2, written in 1269 BC. The sexual freedom of women in Britain was noted by Cassius Dio. A very witty remark is reported to have been made by the wife of Argentocoxus, a Caledonian, to Julius Augusta, when the empress was jesting with her after the treaty about the free intercourse of her sex with men in Britain. She replied, "We fulfill the demands of nature in a much better way than do you Roman women, for we consort openly with the best men, whereas you let yourselves be debauched in secret of by the vilest." Such was the retort of the British woman. Tribal warfare appears to have been a very common occurrence of the various Celtic societies. Epic literature states that it is less of an organized conquest and more of a sport, akin to modern-day big game hunters. Records show that the most common Celtic weapon was a long-bladed sword used for hacking and slashing rather than thrusting at foes. Polybius and Plutarch are known to have described Celtic warriors as having to stop fighting momentarily to straighten their blades. This claim has been questioned by some archaeologists who note that Noric steel, produced in Celtic Noricum, was famous in the Roman Empire period and was used to equip the Roman military. This is only correct to a point, with about one-third of surviving swords from that era having these characteristics. Polybius also asserts that the Celts fought naked. Quote, "The appearance of these naked warriors was a terrifying spectacle, for they were all men of splendid physique and in the prime of their life." The Celtic people were an interesting and unique people, the likes of which is found nowhere else in the ancient world. These great people are still found in contemporary times, now being the Scots, the Bretons, the Irish, the Welsh, the Manx, and the Cornish. And although we do know much about the Celts, there is always more to discover and learn.